Hello out there. Welcome to the 21st episode of Something Fell, a YouTube show devoted to Dave Sims' Cerebus. Before we jump in to this interesting issue, Carl, you want to talk about your most recent work?
Sure. It's Pepper. It'll be out in October from Toon Books, and it's a sequel to my book Penny, which was a book about my cat that came out in 2021, Penny, and it's about her being a house cat who is having like an existential crisis. But it's funny. They're gags. It's every page is a hoot. So Pepper is about her sister Pepper, who Penny realizes has been living here the whole time, but then that's the joke. And but Pepper is like a mystic and can travel through time and space, so it becomes this kind of weird fantasy thing and very emotional ending with their mother. That's all I'll say. So but that's coming out in October from Toon Books.
Very nice. All right, for myself, I make a zine about comics, canon. All of our issues are available at canoncomiczine.com. This is the most recent issue, number 7, features a big interview with Rich Tommaso. We're wrapping up issue 8 soon. It's going to be a monster, a bunch of big interviews, including one with the great cartoonist Seth. And then we recently published a comic, Athena's Keep, by David Enos, a very singular Californian cartoonist. And this is available at canonzine.bigcartel.com. If it strikes your fancy at all, you can find it there. If you are in Canada, it's also available. Go to the Big Cartel store, and there's contact information of a friend of mine who is going to be selling them in Canada. So, and I will just mention it's also available in Europe from Peep Media. I don't know their contact info, but if you look for them on Instagram, you'll find them. So Enos is now international.
About damn time.
Yeah, for very local guys, now international. So
yeah. You should also mention that Canon was Eisner nominated.
You're right. Canon is Eisner nominated, and possibly it's next week. So possibly
Eisner winning.
Maybe by the next time we make one of these things, I'll know that I have not won the Eisner Award. For sure, yeah, that's right. So we'll see what happens, but yes. All right, Cerebus.
Look at this cover.
I know, kind of a throwback cover to some of the earlier ones.
How so?
Kind of the weird geometric designs, and the odd coloring, though they do mention purple in the story 2 or 3 times. So it made a little more sense after I read the issue. Kind of Steranko-esque, maybe. He's sort of toying with a swastika back there, but maybe I'm mistaken about what that shape is supposed to be. I don't think it's supposed to be a swastika, but I mean, he's kind of some sort of propaganda type symbol,
Yeah, I mean, as we'll find out in the story, it is obviously a parody of Captain America, but sort of the more fascistic nature of superhero comics. So he is taking the piss on that. So the fact that it resembles a swastika is, I'm sure, on purpose.
Yeah.
I feel like the boot on his right leg, on the one in the foreground, looks a lot like Cerebus's feet.
Yeah. Yeah, good call.
But it also kind of reminds me, and as we get into the issue, I feel it like reminds me of like Michel Fife's work. You know, maybe it's just like the thick outlines, and, like the little spidery lines coming off it. I don't know,
Yeah.
like there's something Fife-esque about it. So, not that I think Michel like looked at this and based his style off it, but just an interesting coincidence.
Yeah.
Although, like on the cover, I wish that Cerebus's head wasn't cropped that way. I don't know. It's like an odd cropping.
Do you think that he was? Or do you think these are? Do you think his head is a cutout piece or something, or do you think this is all one drawing?
It's a good call. I mean, between like his left leg and like the ear, the way it's split, it looks like it was cut. You know, because there's some like mismatch there.
Yeah.
Right. There's this line that's like kind of coming off the foot a little bit. You know, like right there. Like if you look really closely,
yeah,
that registration. So, like it does look like, but I mean, I just wish that like Cerebus's ear, like extended more. You know, it just looks like he has one ear.
Yeah,
it's like 200 pages, or I mean, like 200 issues later. You know.
Yeah.
Spoiler alert.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess, and also should point out this is the first time he's had a kind of Marvel character on the cover. Even though he isn't quite Captain America, he looks like Captain America. But,
right.
in a few dozen issues, he'll do the thing where he has Wolverine on the cover for 3 straight issues until Marvel told him to stop. Yeah. But he's kind of toying with it here. I mean, he's got, at a quick glance, you would think it's Captain America.
Yeah, right. But it's Captain Roach. Yeah, I mean, it's like the storied history of like parody comics, I mean, it's like right out of early Mad Magazine,
Yeah. And also the first time we'll get into this in the story, but the first time that the Roach is now a new character, right?
Yes.
Because he was sort of a Batman Moon Knight guy before, but now he's we know Roach. he's gonna transform into a ton of different characters over the years. This is the first time they've done it.
Yeah, like, do you know off the top of your head what was going on in Captain America at the time? I mean, was it a popular? I mean, I know it's like
no, it was not popular.
Okay.
No, I think this is purely Sim wanting to make a political statement of some kind, because in 1980 that was actually the nadir. They were close to canceling Captain America at that point.
Oh, no kidding. Okay.
And Mark Grunwald, who was an editor at Marvel, basically went to Jim Shooter and said, "Let me take it over." And he basically did everything he could to make Captain America at least viable. So all that stuff where he would, become the captain, and they had a different guy as Captain America, and all these kind of shenanigans he kept pulling to try to make Captain America at least a character that could keep going. But yeah, no, this was, but 1980 was kind of a dark time. I mean, they were thinking about canceling like Detective Comics, at DC. So
okay.
Yes, pretty rough period for mainstream comics.
Okay.
But I think Sim's just playing with the archetype,
Sure. Yeah. I mean, he's mentioned like the election in the United States.
That's right.
So it seems like he's. I mean, obviously, we're 5 issues from high society, and so these, so like politics and like the machinations of it are very much on his mind. So, and I feel like that the 1980 election when that gave us Ronald Reagan, I feel like that was very much on his mind. So,
yes. All right, let's jump in here.
All right, note from President. Publisher. By the time this is being printed, the mail strike here in Canada should be well underway. For those of you who subscribe through Now and Then Books, you may be getting this a bit later than usual, but there is little anyone can do about it. You'll probably notice that there is no Aardvarkian age in this issue. Michael is in the process of reevaluating it, and it may be decided to have it appear in the newsletter instead of here. In any event, Michael has done a story for the newsletter, and when this mail strike is over, I will send out something as well as whatever Dave is putting in it. So far, Fred Patton has mainly received artwork and very little in the way of written contributions. I hope that I will hear differently from him in the next letter. If you haven't yet sent in your contributions or written for a subscription, what's holding you? Address is Fred Patton, 11863 West Jefferson Boulevard, Culver City, California, 90230. The subscription is $2 for 1 year, 4 issues. If you had written to me asking about the newsletter, I would suggest you write to Fred. I don't trust the mail as much here in Canada, or how complete my list is. I was talking to Phil Suling lately, and he told me that interest in the Swords of Cerebus book is high. I regret it is taking so long to produce it, but now Marshall Rogers' pencils are stuck in the mail, somewhere between New York and here. I don't know when we will see them. Today is Wednesday, and their official strike begins next Monday. The unofficial one just ended, so the backlog is terrific. But once we get those pencils, we will be just about done, as the cover is nearly finished. With any luck, it should be out after 22. We hope. If David Miley of New York should read this, I sent you your aardvark, and it was returned to me just before the strike began. If you can be reached somewhere else, could you let me know? As I had minor surgery, yes, I'm fine this month. I haven't followed the production of the story, but was able to read it in one lump instead of the usual page a day. I was surprised how much I enjoyed it. I got to do this more often. So please do go ahead and begin it. God, it's funny. Denny. Yeah, so there's some bitterness about the mail being the postal workers being on strike.
Yeah,
understandably.
Yeah.
But that's interesting. A little tidbit about Now and Then being, like seemingly like one of their main distributors.
Yeah, and they have a nice ad or sale page in the back of this issue.
Right.
Yeah, one thing. So I guess we're getting closer to Swords of Cerebus, the first collection.
Yep.
That's interesting that they're getting feedback from Phil Suling. I also you laughed at the note to David Miley about his aardvark plush being returned. That's the sort of information that really should be on the letters page, right?
Yeah, that's why.
Yeah, but what struck me as they keep those completely separate. Denny has her page up front, and Dave has a page in the back,
right?
And they don't seem to cross streams at all. That's kind of odd, because not just that they only publish one comic, but that they're married. So it's not like it wouldn't be logistically hard to say, "Hey, Dave, could you put a note in there to David Miley?" But she feels the need to put it in her publisher column.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I wonder if that's reading into their relationship too much. But I mean, she is pretty candid, that they seem to be having separate lives. I mean, I guess because we know that they're on their way towards a divorce in a few years. That we're just seeing the cracks in real time.
Yeah, that's right. Or maybe just how it was built. Maybe they didn't even need to be cracks. We already knew that there was some fundamental differences. But I'm sure we're reading too much into it.
I'm sure.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Okay.
So the first page, Cerebus was drugged the last issue.
That's right.
And now he wakes up far away.
On a park bench.
Yeah. I would know exactly how far away if I had
that map.
The map handy, but I don't. So anyway, he's in, but do you pronounce it Bedouin or Bedouin?
I think Bedouin.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So now he's in Bedouin. It's interesting opening splash. What do you think about it?
I mean, I like the backgrounds.
Yeah.
You know, I like the silhouettes, of the trees. I like the clouds. I like the snow. I mean, there's like a lot of texture going on. You know, that's one of the exciting things about the issues as they progress is that the like inking techniques that he's picking up along the way are getting more refined and, you know, interesting. I do think it's an odd choice to have Cerebus to like depict Cerebus like from that angle, you know.
Yeah.
It's,
I thought you might say that. Yeah.
yeah, I feel like it should have been flipped, you know, that like you could see like I mean, like keep the background, but then like, you know, have like the bench be facing you, so it's like, you know, Cerebus just kind of, you know, like lying there, not like the back of him, but the front, you know.
Yeah.
It should be the front of the bench in the foreground. That's what I'm trying to say.
Agreed. Yeah. Yeah, he did a really great job with you know, kind of the city behind, but yeah, it's a weird choice.
Yeah,
it doesn't even seem like it's really a time saver, so I don't really understand why he did that.
yeah. Or like just why have his arm there? I mean, like Dave is so great at expressions, you know, he could have just had like his head kind of like hanging over the armrest or something, you know.
Yeah, very true.
Like his eyes just kind of like anyway, who knows? Dave's
yeah, exactly. So he's woken up here and he's realized he's supposed to be somewhere else. He's supposed to be kind of leading a battle, an invasion of Palnu,
right?
And that's obviously not going to happen at the moment. Though he's thinking about how he needs to do a 3-day horse ride, and but then he hears a familiar voice, his old friend Elrod, the albino,
right, who is hanging out with the aforementioned Captain Cockroach, and you get that lettering, that title, which is part of the parody, of course. What was I going to say? Oh, this is very Eisner. I mean, I feel like he's really leaning into the like Eisner inking techniques, you know, with these characters. You know, just the like shadows and like the feathering. There's just, you know, something Eisnerian about it. I love that third panel on the page on the right with Captain with like the roach bending the street lamp.
Yeah.
Like, so anyway, so who is Captain Cockroach, Colin?
Yeah, well, yeah, the roach who Cerebus had dealings with the last time he was in Bedouin, who's I don't know what his diagnosis is, but he's a delusional case, we'll say that at the very least. And instead of being sort of a Batman parody, he's now become a Captain America parody, which will get explained later in the issue. And for some reason, he's paired up with Elrod as dressed as Bucky. And love both of these costumes.
Yeah, same. Yeah, you can tell he's having a lot of fun drawing it, you know.
For sure. And I like some of the effects, like the previous page here, you know, just
on that. Oh, go ahead.
Sorry, just Bucky has all the like the snow appearing in his uniform here.
Yes.
It almost looks kind of cosmic. And then the half face of the guy answering the door is night. That's very Eisnerian, I think.
Totally. I was going to mention the snowdrift on the third panel, like behind Cerebus. You know, that's just like a nice little touch. You know, like this. You know, like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, again, yeah, it's just like the technique is very inspired, you know. So.
Yeah, good stuff. And so, yeah, they're basically selling these war bonds for the United Feldwar States Government in Exile. You too can be a walking example of racial superiority.
Yeah,
And
right.
so they're basically telling them if you get these, then you'll get the formula that will turn you into a specimen like Captain Cockroach.
Yeah.
And yeah, here's a great panel of him bending the lamp into a pretzel.
Yeah. That's great. Yeah, I mean, I think that's what I first thought of, like Fife, just with like the thick lines, like in those boots. It just like reminds me of him.
Could see that for sure.
Yeah.
And yeah, they're pumping up like a jingoistic campaign
Right.
to go after the cowardly Siffies, who are
Yeah.
kind of, I guess, by the name, you think maybe there's some sort of sexual slander there, but they're also apparently some sort of yellow peril,
Yeah.
other. I don't even know if they ever really show these guys, but Dave is really getting into like this sort of World War II type language.
Like,
He's really
yeah.
walking the line, actually, about
Yeah. Right. With like the jingoism, like
yeah.
like jingoism of World War II, like the like yellow scare and just like the racist like tropes that they used about the Japanese. It's
yeah.
So yeah, it is a fine line to walk.
Yes. Yeah. And it was 46 years ago, I guess we should probably mention. He probably steps over that line with a couple of these bits of dialogue, but I think he's doing it in the service of decrying that kind of racism
for sure.
and jingoism.
Yeah.
But to our modern ears, it reads a little clumsy.
Yeah, at best.
You're right. Yeah. And so Elrod is referred to as Bunky the albino.
Right.
And so these people are just handing over all their wealth to buy bonds. They want to become
part of the solution.
Yeah. And Cerebus is sort of nonplussed by all this. Not surprising. Yeah.
Right.
So he bumps into these two idiots, and
I gotta say that's always a good device. Like Dave, obviously one of his great skills is comedy, but whenever Elrod or the Roach show up in the series, Cerebus always just becomes the straight man. I mean, he like usually is the straight man, but like you just really see like the contrast, and it just works beautifully, as Cerebus is like the rational one.
Yes. Yeah, very true. And he really plays off these two characters so well.
Yeah.
Obviously, Elrod's dialogue is always just spot on.
Yeah.
Parboil my hindquarters if it isn't Cerebus.
Yeah.
I love this shot here of Captain Cockroach's face. Real kind of you're correctly calling out Eisner, but in a few years you would think this was a Don Simpson panel, right? I mean,
oh yeah, good call.
Sort of super jawed,
Yeah.
The hero looks vaguely menacing and creepy, in the Don Simpson manner.
Yeah. Totally.
But yeah, it's a great shot of him. So they're telling them about their president of the Feldwar States Government in Exile, President Weisshaupt. First time we're hearing mention of him. He'll become a major character.
Certainly.
And he's a real humanitarian too. Plans to eradicate the Siffies for the greater good of mankind.
Yeah. Exactly. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. Very on the nose. I mean, like political cartoons need to, do that.
Yes. And Cerebus, of course, wants to leave. He wants to get to his invasion, but he can't resist hearing more about this. So he says he'll give him 10 minutes and he'll go meet this president.
Right.
Nice sequence here. This first panel here where the roach is going under this doorway.
Yeah.
Really sharp looking.
It is, yeah. It's very abstracted too. It's like you really gotta like look to like see what's going on. You know, it kind of threw me at first. Because of like the shadows just really abstract him, and those like lines on his thigh too. You know, it's I'm not sure where that's coming from.
Yeah, and the unnatural length because he's wearing these boots.
Right.
You know, which you don't really know until that gets addressed in a couple of pages. But you see how weird looking he is.
Yeah, for sure. And like that bottom panel too. I noted the gloves, like the way like, the life of the gloves is just it's really well drawn. You know.
Yeah, kind of interesting for him to do something like that.
Yeah. Yeah, I haven't seen him draw. You know, like. Still life.
Yeah,
you know,
exactly.
Was like disconnected from the story.
Yeah, I don't know that Sim's not someone who's ever. We've probably talked about this. He's not really a life drawer, right? He's not a guy who had any sort of formal training,
right? Or like draw some observation. I mean, you know, I'm sure he does here and there. You know, like we said in the past, he must have, you know. He must have like references for like a lot of the buildings and whatnot, but
sure.
But that seems like he might have just set up, you know, a glove in his studio or snapped a photo or something. But yeah, it just looks naturalistic.
It really does. So the roach is coming in here to tell the president he has Cerebus with him, a foreigner of indeterminate origin, and so. The president, who we're still not seeing the president, but he's gonna meet Cerebus, and the cockroach comes out here to tells him that Cerebus can go in there, but he's pleading with them not to, I guess, not to offend the president, not to disobey protocol in some way, as if Cerebus would ever give a flying fuck about any of that.
Right. Yeah. I know, yeah, it is amazing. Yeah, I mean, like the roach is just, you know, being very. I mean, he's like groveling, you know.
Yeah. Some great expressions on the roach though on this page, right? I mean.
Oh yeah, that second panel especially, it's really funny.
That's so good, and the way he draws his mask so that it looks, you know, frankly, like what a real dumb mask would look like. You can see the eyes underneath. You know, it doesn't look like a superhero costume in the way that, you know, like
superhero comics are drawn. Yeah,
exactly. Like it's like in a Marvel comic, it'd be so natural for Captain America to have this mask on, but here it looks like a piece of, you know, like he's put him out. Like if we did that in real life, we just look fucking stupid.
Yeah, it's like a Halloween costume. It looks like a Halloween.
Yeah, really like it.
Like tattered. Tattered. Yeah.
So he's groveling, and Cerebus is going to go in there, and he goes in, and he makes a joke about Denny's note to the publisher here. I hope you'll excuse my untidiness. It's my new message from the president, ready for release tomorrow.
I know, yeah. Taking the piss of his wife, man.
That's right.
Yeah, it's the intent of the splash page is good, but the execution not so much. I mean, I feel like perspective's a bit off on that table, and like the piles of pages, like in the foreground, you know, like right here.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah,
that throws me. But you know, I guess. It like conveys everything that we like need to know about Weisshaupt.
Yeah. Also, you know, I don't think I grabbed when I first read this, I thought, oh, his office is just a cluttered office, and I didn't quite gather that this is his newspaper he's publishing. He'll
Right.
mention movable type in a few pages, but now you kind of go, oh, it's just full of newspapers.
Right.
So kind of
It's like
I'd
a
say
non.
kind of lost on someone who would just read through normally,
Yeah, that's true. I guess. Yeah, I thought it was messy too. I mean, it was the same thing for me. Like like when I got to that point about him being a publisher, then it all made sense. It's like, okay,
Yeah.
so he's also taking the piss on like he and Denny, being self-published.
Sure. Yeah, this first kind of profile of Weisshaupt up here in the second page, the right hand page, is a little clumsy looking.
Yeah, it's like he's unsure. Like, well, I mean, I wonder if he is. I should have researched it, but if Weisshaupt was based on somebody.
Yeah, I mean, I guess I kind of always assumed it was George Washington just because he's the president, but I have nothing to base that on. I guess that was just he has the kind of wig, and he's a president. But yeah, he explains how he stumbled across the Roach and Elrod just after the events of Cerebus number 12. And thought I could probably use this idiot, turn him into something useful.
Mm-hmm.
And he gets Elrod to carry the Roach with him, and he brings him back to his place. I like this panel here at the bottom. This silhouette panel is nice.
Yeah, I like it too.
Yeah,
it's good. It's very effective. It sort of reminded me of Amadeus, that like fourth panel where Weishaupt's in shadow.
Mm-hmm.
But it was 5 or 6 years before, I think.
Yeah.
So.
So he's doing this is all flashback, so he has these rounded panels.
Mm-hmm.
And he kind of tells the story of bringing him back. He tells the Roach that this bath had chemicals in it that turned him into basically the Captain America origin story, except this guy's an idiot who doesn't know what's going on. He pledged undying fealty. And then he tells him he built up his muscles by having him move my collection of marble statues from the basement to the attic.
Yeah. Yeah, that really vulgar.
Yes. Yeah, and impossible, right? I mean, the statue would be, many tons.
Yeah. Doesn't quite work.
No, but it looks good. All the stuff looks good.
I love that portrait of Weisshaupt there, like where the cursor is.
This one here, yeah. It looks very menacing.
Yeah. The double lighting. It's very effective.
Yeah, it's good. And I like this panel on the next page here where they're admiring his muscles and just the glee on Elrod's face. He's so happy to be part of this whole thing. So he gets in this idea of like, we'll sell these bonds, and they tell people if you buy it for 6, it's going to be worth 12, and people buy them. But then anyone who tries to come cash them, they kill, which is why the streets are empty, which seems kind of strange. But that's good Cerebus logic.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. And
right.
And then so I wanted to mention this though. Cerebus mentions this, and you engrave all this in a printing plates every week. And Weisshaupt mentions that he invented movable type, which is a big technological advance in this world, right? I mean,
that's why books
he's been dealing with barbarians and stuff, and here's this guy who's Gutenberg,
Yeah, I like wondered if that was true. I mean, like, within the context of the story, if like Weisshaupt is the Gutenberg of the
Yeah.
Aardvarkian age.
Yeah, I saw it as Sim wanting to kind of move things forward a bit. I think he's clearly feeling the restrictions of just barbarian guy with sword fights other barbarian guy with sword, and so he needs, if he wants to do a sophisticated story like High Society, he's going to have a more sophisticated society.
Yeah, it's got to move it a couple thousand years.
Yeah. So yeah, interesting character to introduce here, and he goes on to explain how he makes these boots to make the roach taller. Like there's a lot of exposition. They're really explaining everything here.
Yeah,
it's not boring though. It's a great read.
It is. Yeah, I know it is. It is amazing. Like, well, I guess he is like setting up Cerebus to like do something, so you can justify all the exposition based on that.
For sure. This is a nice couple pages here. It does. You mentioned the thick line, and I feel like he has a thicker line this issue. Is that just me thinking that?
No, I'm also thinking that. Yeah, I mean it's. I mean, he's using a brush, but it's. Yeah, I feel like he's like trying out something new. And it like works because they're all interior shots, and it like makes sense to have like a lot of shadows. So
yeah, I think I prefer his thinner line, but but I will say I think Cerebus looks fantastic in this entire issue.
Yeah, it does for sure. And it like still retains that like Looney Tunes like quality, especially like on the page on the right, like the middle suite of those 4 panels.
Yes,
he like employs that technique a lot, and they're always bangers.
Yeah, this is a great sequence. So for some reason he gives Cerebus a bottle of wine. That's never kind of explicitly explained why we need to have Cerebus sort of inebriated off and on.
Yeah, well, he's obviously trying to like butter him up for something. So
yeah,
but then like the way that Cerebus just downs it is sort of odd. It's like he's so skeptical up to that point, and then he just decides to throw it out the window.
Yeah.
But I mean, I guess Cerebus is an alcoholic.
There's that too. Yeah, he's an all or nothing guy, and he's immediately wasted. There's no there's no time for it to take effect. It's already there.
Right.
So now he's been sent out with. He's been given papers that'll get him through the city, and he can leave and go do his invasion.
Right.
In theory. And he's walking along with Elrod and the Cockroach, and he's in the bag here, and then they're attacked by
one of his
Siffy.
Siffies.
Yeah, and the attack sobers up Cerebus. Minute he kind of tells them how dangerous this all is, and he's telling them how these guys, you just can't fight these guys, they're gonna kill us, blah blah blah.
Yeah.
Great cat picture here.
Noted that as a cat artist.
Yeah, I was like, oh, it's randomly just a cat here. I
wonder if that's their cat. Like, have they mentioned a cat? I don't think so either.
I think so. And they're outside. But I like this page. Once again, anytime Sim is in darkness, stuff looks great. And then for some reason, Cerebus becomes inebriated again. It doesn't. It seems to go back and forth.
Right. Well, because of the drugs from last issue. Right.
That's right.
Like it's the residue. I think that's mentioned, right?
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
So
So anyway, these guys are, you know, the cockroach is basically like, I'm not going to sit here and wait like a coward. I'm going to take this guy on. He's flexing and very determined.
yeah,
Until the next thing is thrown by the Hissifight warrior, and now he's gonna wait it out too.
Yeah.
Any thoughts on these pages?
Yeah, I mean, it's again, yeah, it's just the technique, like with the shadows. It's just these like, just like their figures kind of hovering in space. I mean, it just looks good. There's just something so appealing about all that chiaroscuro,
Mm-hmm.
And I like the sound effect too, the spit wang.
It's good.
That's, like Adam West Batman looking.
Mm-hmm.
Fits into the parody.
Yeah, it really does. It's we haven't seen. He doesn't use that kind of stuff that often.
Yeah, it's true. I mean, he uses sound effects, but
yeah,
I like the pop art.
Yeah. Yeah, so he really drags this sequence out. But here's another great the I don't know, just Captain Cockroach having a freak out here, throwing a temper tantrum.
Right. He's not very brave,
No. He's losing it. And Cerebus decides he's gonna he basically puts a rock inside of he's gonna use it as a sling.
Yeah.
And this is a really nice page.
I noted that.
Yeah, you've mentioned a couple times like that's the page of art I'd like from the issue. This is probably the one I would like from this issue. Whoops.
Well, I would outbid you for that.
Yes, yeah. It's a great looking page, and the inebriation hits him again though right about this point, and so he just collapses and falls down.
Yeah, self in the face, right?
Yes, you're right. Yeah, knocks himself out, gives himself a wound there, and then we get this weird last page.
Yeah, I was disappointed that there wasn't more detail. I mean, I guess he just ran out of time. I mean, I wish there was more on that wall that he was facing. I'm fine with like half of it being like the silhouette, but that wall in front of him should have had like something,
Yeah. Also, very sort of Liefeld-esque proportions here on this guy.
Oh yeah, totally. The stance too, the wide,
right?
Stance.
Yeah. If you put a couple pouches on him, he would definitely fit in an X-Force comic.
Yeah, 100%. And then next, the death of Elrod.
The death of Elrod, which we're skeptical about.
Yeah. I'm sure the fans are sick of Elrod. So.
That's right. I doubt it. So yeah, and then we get this kind of cool ad here for the comic shop. Now a full page ad. The art is by underground artist George Metzger.
Right.
I don't know if he was Canadian or not, but
yeah, I'm not sure either. I guess we could look it up in 2 seconds, but
yeah, that's true. Misspells collectibles here on the building. But you got this kind of EC meets Barks kind of image. But a really cool ad.
Metzger is still alive.
Yes.
And, that I did not know. And
that I knew.
He was born in Illinois.
So, okay. All right.
An American.
Okay. Well, somehow these guys got a hold of him and got an ad made.
Yeah.
Yeah, kind of an interesting cartoonist.
Totally. Yeah.
And talented for sure. Also, just nice to see a new ad, frankly. And then here we go. Now and Then Books, as mentioned on the note from the publisher. Back issues for sale, original art at, unbelievably low prices, subscriptions, the poster. These Beavers strip originals are only $8 a piece.
My God.
Incredible. And then they actually have a list of other Sim stuff, other random issues he's appeared in, which is pretty cool.
Yeah, it's it's good for the completists. They're already, I mean, this is definitely the period where, any outlet for money, is appreciated. So selling original art, old stuff, posters, like wherever you can get it. I just looked up $25 in 1980, and it's $101 in our current buying.
That would be a steal.
Absolutely, I know. Like, would you buy all of all of the issues, like all of the pages?
I'd buy whatever I could afford. I mean, you think about what art goes for from Cerebus #1.
Yeah.
I mean, thousands and thousands of dollars now. I mean, I think about 1,000 would probably be your bare minimum for a Cerebus page in general.
Yeah.
Like you'd be lucky to get that. So, yeah, for these prices, I mean, hell, even look at this poster. It only cost the price of 2 comics, and they're signed and numbered.
And it's 4 color, so it's probably printed really nice.
Yeah. Some really good deals to be had here.
Sure.
Hell, the prices of the comics, I mean, that's obvious, but they're only slightly above cover price, and these are now all hundreds of dollars as well.
Oh, yeah. Easy.
Yeah. Any letters that jumped out at you?
Just the one from Barry Windsor Smith.
That's right.
Yeah, I mean, it seems like Dave was. Well, I mean, I'll just read it. Actually.
Okay. Yeah, go for it.
Like, dear Dave and Denny, pray pardon this hasty note, but I fear that beyond it, I shall never find the time to let you know how much I enjoy Cerebus. I've been receiving your books in the post, and with issue 18, there was included a note asking if I was getting them. This is always a difficult tack to take. Excuse me, can you hear me? If you can't hear me, knock 3 times. I immediately took to the pleasant task of writing a lengthy letter come critique. Quite glowing it was, but other urgent matters displaced me after only a half hour. Thus, I can hear you, but my thrice knockings are muffled and indistinct. I must conclude I am distracted. I shall write again. P.S. Please never leave Cerebus to make limited edition prints or some other such nonsense. Barry Windsor Smith, Box 92, Madison Square Station, New York, New York. And then Dave's response is limited edition prints. There's money in those things? Is there?
Yeah.
And I wonder if that was like a dig at.
I think he's probably still pretty reverential of old Barry, right? At this point.
Oh yeah, totally. I mean, like a dig and jest.
Yeah.
I mean, like, didn't he like take a break from comics and focus on just doing?
Yeah. Yeah, I think Barry's taking a dig at himself. That him and the other. Well, he had Gore Blimey Press was Barry Windsor Smith's thing where he sold prints and probably originals too, I would imagine.
Sure.
I don't know how he did with that. I'm sure he made a living for a few years, but he did eventually come back to comics.
Yeah.
I don't know what his return to comics was, but I guess. Well, Fantagraphics is putting out the complete Barry Windsor Smith at Marvel, so that'll be pretty easy to determine soon what his comeback was.
Yeah.
Machine Man, maybe?
Yeah, maybe Machine Man. Right, because that's the early '80s.
Yeah.
Okay.
And they did some X-Men with Claremont, but I can't remember exactly when those were.
I think those were, I want to say, 3 or 4, perhaps.
Yeah.
So, Man's like 80, 81, right?
I think so. It's pretty early. So, yeah, and his style is completely different when he comes back,
Yeah, it's true. Right. He gets into like the heavier detail.
Mm-hmm.
Not as I mean, like the detail was always there, but it's I don't know. I mean, what's different about it? I guess.
Yeah, it was less Kirby, right? Less Kirby influenced.
Okay. That tracks.
Yeah. Dave also goes on and on about how he is not working very hard because he's at concerts.
Yes, right. Yeah, he saw the Pretenders and Elvis Costello, and then Bob Seger.
Yeah.
His next issue might be late if any good concerts come up. So
that's right. Yeah.
So he is 24.
That's true. He's a young man.
So he should be enjoying himself.
That's true.
Great
band.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was an interesting note. It made me think. He makes reference to music, I guess, a lot in later years in interviews, and in he has the whole Mick Jagger and Keith Richards appear in Cerebus later. It's just not the first thing I think of when I think of Dave Sim, but yeah, he was a young guy in 1980.
Yeah, taking advantage of that. I'm sure those shows are pretty cheap too.
I bet, yeah. And he also says he's going to be at Creation Con in Rochester, New York, November 22nd and 23rd.
I feel like that name has different connotations in 2026. It's like it'd be like Creationism Con.
Creationism Con, yeah. What's up with this drawing down at the bottom? It's printed so small.
I was wondering that. Was that like another Frank Thorne thing?
I don't know.
No, it's like uncredited, right?
Yeah.
Dave, overcoming my Cerebus number 19, and yeah, it is Frank Thorne, and the Gita Henrot parody is a gem. Thank you, lad. There will be a more appropriate response coming. I've been on holiday, and
pushing 2 deadlines.
2 deadlines. Okay.
Yeah.
So it is. Okay. It is Uncle Frank.
It is Uncle Frank. Yeah. Yeah. Nice little drawing.
Yeah. It's so cool that they, have that relationship.
It really is. Yeah. Then he's got Frank Thorne and Barry Windsor Smith writing him. I can only imagine how thrilled the guy must have been, right?
Oh my God, yeah, totally. Who wouldn't? But yeah. I mean, it's like his 2 reasons for making Cerebus.
Yeah. Very cool.
Very cool. That's what it's all about, man. Impressing the old guy.
And we got an ad again for the toy, for the plush, and the hologram still hanging in there.
Someday we'll track one down.
Yeah, and then Phil Suling again.
Phil.
So there we go.
221.
Yep.
It's a good one.
Was. All right. Well, we'll be back again for 22.
Sure will.
All right. Thank you to everybody out there.
Yeah. Thanks, everyone. See you next week.
All right.